If the guy or the girl is not consistent in their attitude towards you, their words towards you, their yes is not their yes or their no is not their no, then you have to be careful. If you realize that you are not just the only one that they are seeing or they have as their friends, they have, for example, this guy has multiple girls he's always talking to. You are just one of the girls. Be very careful, you're about to enter a situationship. So they are not consistent with you, they are consistent with a lot of other persons. Then you're about to enter a situationship. So watch out for consistency of character, consistency in his words. You know, it's very important.
Yeah, how do they include you? How do they prioritize you? When you're making a plan, you know, do they include you in it? Charlie, I mean, this is a sign to even know if you're actually in a relationship with someone. You know, when it has to do with some family priorities, you are usually included, even if it's not, you know, regular, but occasionally you are very much, you know, involved. You know, and then when they have to have a future plan, you know, they carry you along. They should carry you. So when you notice that they only carry you along when it has to do with something very light or casual, you know, and you're not being carried along with something that is futuristic, you should know that that relationship, whatever you are in, is not going to be leading to marriage. Yeah.
How to avoid situationship? Do not run from counselors and do not run from prayers. You know, Proverbs 3 verse 5 said, acknowledge God in all your ways and He will direct your path. Many times, a lot of us do not involve God when we're about to start a relationship. Even friendship, you should involve God. You should ask God about your friends, because some friends are disaster. You know, I was telling my wife this morning when we were having some conversation concerning on scriptures this morning. I told her that the guys who took Jonah in their ship thought the guy was a brother. I mean, they thought the guy was a friend. They thought the guy was a companion. And they thought that they were heading towards the same direction, and that was why they were in the same ship. And if you notice, it was because of Jonah, the ship started shaking. I mean, because of Jonah, they lost their properties, they lost their valuable. They were trying to solve a situation, not knowing that Jonah was the problem. That's what it is when you enter into a wrong relationship. You understand? You will just realize that it's from one problem to the other. It becomes complicated. Your value system, you know, is broken. And the disaster is just too much. So it is important, before you enter a ship with anybody, then talk to the Lordship. Talk to the Lordship. Involve God. Ask Him to direct your path. Acknowledge Him in your ways. You see, He's going to help you. And outside God is important. You talk to counselors. Tell them how you feel. Many times, dealing with young people, we realize that they hide their emotions. You know, they
are unreal with
they are unreal. They lie to themselves. I'm not in love with her. I'm not in love with him. We are just friends. And yet they can't stay a day without talking to themselves. And now they're already in the situationship. Can you just be real? You probably need a counselor to help you. It's very important. So acknowledge God in all your ways.
Yes, acknowledge God in all your ways, and He will direct your paths.
And finally on this, if you want to get out of a situationship, every friendship you start, always put in mind that I will run away if it is not the will of God. I will run away. Be willing to run. You know, that was the logo myself and my wife had when we started a relationship. You know, she told me, she said, if I don't get what I want, I will leave you. I told her, if you are not serious as well too, I will leave you. Many times, people don't usually say words like this when they want to start. They are scared of losing the one they love. I love that so much, to the point that if it's not working, I was ready to leave. That's how much I love her. For God so loved the world. I love her so much to let her go. You understand? So it is very important, you know. So if you love somebody enough, you should be willing to allow the person fly, or to even give them space to live their life, even outside your life. Not to enter a situationship or force a relationship to the point that it becomes so bad. You must learn to live You must learn to build that capacity to always leave a relationship when it's not working. Otherwise, you will end up in a situationship.
Yes.
Don't try to solve it. The guy comes and say, oh, the only way we can deal is for us to have sex. And you are trying to solve the puzzle and everything. Your values don't align.
Yeah, true. And also, just in addition to that, that's why it's very important for you to know yourself, know your worth, know who you are as a person. Because when you're actually having identity crisis, these things happen. So you find yourself in a situationship and you're not willing to pull out because you don't know you. So know yourself. Know yourself enough so you can you walk like one that is worthy.
Yeah.
Because you are worth it.
Yeah. So if you check for 1 Corinthians 14 verse 33, it said, God is not the author of confusion. It's not the author of confusion. When you find yourself in a situationship or in a relationship where you're already getting confused, like there's no direction, things are not working, you're in a situationship.
Yes.
Then you must be willing to walk away. It's a capacity that every one of us must build, an innate capacity that everyone must build, that you must be able to walk away when you realize that it is not working.
True, very true.
So I think with this few points of ours,
with these few points, we have been able to teach you on how to avoid situationships.
Yes.
And of course, if you have any question that you need to ask, please feel free to send email to thewinlows@gmail.com. And why not? You can also share your contributions, any other points outside of these that you have. Please feel free to share in the comment section.
And especially if you're in a situationship, maybe you're in a situationship and you need to tell us about it, please do.
Yes.
If you can drop in the comment section or wherever you want to, whatever handles you want to send us the mail, we will receive it.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being a part of this podcast today.
Yes.
And also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.